Hello everybody, welcome to today's video where we are going to be using some old book pages, some ink, some acrylic markers, and some other tools to make these pages. So these are just some pages that I tore out of an old book. And what I did is I used some acrylic gesso. This is just some that I happened to get from Hobby Lobby. I also have my Derwent Inktense pencils. I'm going to use black. And I have my Bombay ink set here. So we're going to use this for the ink. I have my acrylic markers. These are from Hobby Lobby, the Master's Touch brand. So I'll show you those in a moment as we pull them out. I have here an old gift card that I used to spread the gesso, a spritzer bottle, and let's see, I have my watercolor brush and just a towel to use for my watercolor brush. So if you haven't been to my channel before, welcome. My name is Lavinia, and let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing I did is I took the pages and then I just happened to use this tool to go ahead and mix it and dabbed it on here. But you can use a paintbrush if that's what you have, anything you can probably even drip it on here on the pages. And then what I did is I used the gift card to just go ahead and spread it over the pages, and then I let it dry. So what the acrylic gesso does is it sort of acts as a barrier between the wet medium that you're going to put on the paper, and it protects the back and also sort of smooths it out. So again, I have these pages here. So for this, I'm going to go ahead and use 2 pages. So let's go ahead and take these 2 pages here. And what I'm going to do next is take some ink. So I also happen to have here a dropper. So that's what I'm going to use to drop the paint or drop the ink onto the pages. So let's go ahead and use, this one is golden yellow. So whatever ink you have, you just go ahead and use. So I'm just going to drop some here and there. Go ahead and cap this and put it away. And let's see, maybe we can also use, let's try this cherry red. Maybe a couple of drops of this cherry red. And again, just randomly putting it down like that. And should we put another color? Maybe you can try this aqua. Just really a couple of little drops. I didn't get too much. There we go. So we've got that there. And now the next thing I'm going to do, I'll just move it around just a tad bit like that. But the magic happens with this spritzer bottle. So I'm just going to take some water here and just take a look at what happens. See how sort of activates it even more. And I'm just going to go ahead and just tilt the paper here and there. You can always add more ink if you want to, but I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then I'm just going to take this page here and spritz it around. And again, go ahead and just do the same thing. And then what I'm going to do is just kind of smush these 2 pages together. So just like that. You can wear gloves if you want to, but I'm going to tilt it around like that. And so this is what it looks like where you put the drops. You can actually see like those little circles like here too, where the drops were. So it makes that interesting kind of texture. And if you wanted to add more color, maybe you might think, oh, this is like too much reddish brown. You can always add maybe a little bit more. So maybe we'll try this. This might be too close to that color. Let's try something different. Let's try this one here, which is turquoise. So let's add a little bit of this blue. And just a couple of drops here and there. Just gonna go ahead and tilt the paper. And then just put a spritz. Just to get that a little bit more activated. The same here. Just another little spritz. And then let's just go ahead and do that here. And so you get all those different types of textures and patterns in there. So what I'm going to do is, because this is still wet, we'll go ahead and use the other pages. Don't need the water bottle anymore, but I will go ahead and have this set to dry. And let's go ahead now and start with maybe a couple of these pages here. So I've got this one here and this one here, and I will probably maybe just cut these further on down to put in a journal. I have, I also just sewed the back of these two pieces of cardstock that I've cut down. I want to make a little mini journal using my mini cinch. So I'm going to go ahead and test that out as well. So now the next thing I'm going to do is, this is my ink black Derwent Inktense pencil. So this is from Derwent. So let's go ahead and maybe, let's see if I get this way or this way. Let's go ahead and maybe do it this way. So maybe, so if you have a lighter color, you could probably see a little bit better, but I'm just going to go ahead and put a stem in here. And maybe this is the bottom of the flower, and there's a petal that comes out here towards the center, and maybe then there's another one that sort of comes out this way, like that. You know, you make your flower however you'd like. And then maybe over here, there's another petal that comes on out. So like that. And then maybe this might have a center. Just like that. And then maybe you can go ahead and put some leaves here. Different shaped leaf than the other ones that I made. So maybe like that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and use my water brush, and this will help dissolve. Just squeezing the water brush to get the water to come on out. So just like that. So now with this, I'm just going to go ahead and go over those lines, and this again will help dissolve that Derwent Inktense pencil, so it really stands out. I hope everyone is staying cool. It was supposed to reach 100 today, but we did have a little breeze, so it wasn't too bad. Well, plus it was mostly inside. All right, so just going over these. And then we're going to fill it in with the acrylic markers. Now, if you don't have markers, you can always use paint, you can use gouache, you can leave it as it is, maybe just have the silhouette of the flower, and then just leave that ink as is. Just going to go ahead and bring some more water out. So we're going to go over here. So just wanted to show you a little bit closer. All right, go ahead and tilt this over just so it's a little bit easier for me. Yes, I hope you give it a try. It's very relaxing. I'm not usually into abstract as far as for my art. So this is actually quite soothing because just however it turns out, it turns out. It doesn't stress me. And then here we're going to go ahead and do these center pollen areas, and you can always go over it with you know, once you're done painting it, if that is what you're going to go ahead and do. So I'm just going to rinse off this. See, it rinses right off, and that will dry fairly quickly. Maybe we can go ahead and do another flower while that dries. So I don't know, maybe you can just do a small, sort of like a cosmos. Let's see, maybe up here. Go ahead and do that. This will be maybe a cone flower more than a cosmos. Just like that. I don't know, we can just give it a different type of leaf shape. And again, we'll go over it with the water just to intensify that. And by the time we're done with this, then the other should be dry, and we'll go ahead and use the acrylic markers. Maybe we could put another one. Just another small one here. Okay, we'll let this one dry, and let's go ahead and bring this one back. So this is pretty much dry, so now I'm going to go ahead and get my acrylic markers. So here's the set. I think it's set of 24. So let's see. Let me start off with the green. I think we'll do the leaves and stem while I think of maybe what color I want to put in for the flower itself. But just wanted to show you this. So see? I do have some other videos where I've used these to make some other drawings, some other paintings. So you're welcome to check that out. If you feel like the black is coming on the tip, just going to go ahead and rub it on the on the cloth there. And you can go over it several times, so you can let it dry and then go over it again. Then I'm just going to go ahead down the stem. I happen to like this green because it makes like a variegated color. All right, so that there. And maybe this bottom part will also be part of that there. Okay. So let's go ahead and maybe I will use yellow for the center of the flower. Or maybe, yeah, maybe we can do a nice deep blue flower. So I've got this blue, or maybe even white, but let's go ahead and do this blue and see what it looks like. And that's what I mean by relaxing. You're just sort of filling it in. And you can always go back with the pencil. Doesn't have to be perfect. If you wanted to show a little bit of the background of the paper, you can. I'm just going to go ahead and fill this in. And here as well. What I like is that these don't have to be realistic flowers. You can doodle whatever you want and just relax and enjoy the process. So that there, let's go ahead and pick this bright yellow. Put that in like that. And maybe if it's too dark, too blue, we'll go ahead and we'll let that dry. We can always go over it with something lighter. And let's go ahead and take this other one here. Now for this one here, I think I would like to make it in a nice, I don't know, with a pink. Let's go ahead and see what this pink looks like. That's pretty. Just to give you a close-up view of that. And then maybe the center, let's try this color here. And actually, I might just make it as dots and leave that background color in there. This one too. Just a few dots. And then for the leaf, let's try a different green. This one is almost the same as that, so let's go ahead and just do that. Okay. And for this, you know, I can maybe give it like a torn look when I go ahead and put it in my journal, or can make a card. It doesn't have to be the whole page that is glued down. All right, let's get back to this one and see about maybe putting in some lighter colors in there. It's still a little bit wet, but that's okay. Let's maybe give it some highlights. I do like that. Just like that. Just a little bit here around the edges. Maybe even just a couple little dots just to give it a different look. I'm going to go over it again. And again, if you don't have acrylic markers, you can use just acrylic paint or gouache might work. So actually, I kind of like that now. Let's go back and add some more of the green. I like how that is standing out, but again, we'll see once it dries what it looks like. And just a little bit more of that yellow. Let's see. Just going to put some dots in there too. I like it. All right, now back to this one. Is there anything else that I need to add? Let's go ahead and just put a couple more dots to make that stand out. Maybe a little bit more of that pink. Not sure, it's just that lighter green. So we'll have that dry. And we can go back if we need to with the Inktense pencil. If you just wanted to define any further areas, I don't know, maybe right here. And then we can always come back with the water brush. Just going to squeeze some water and too much water. And just touch that. Here I didn't add any Inktense, but I'm just going to go over it. And if it grabs some of that acrylic ink, that's fine too. And just a little bit more over here. Probably should sharpen the pencil. But I think that's it. So I will bring them closer so you can go ahead and take a look. So this is sort of that cone flower. And this is just, I don't know, kind of reminds me of a hibiscus, but it's not really a hibiscus. But I do like them. So these are the ones, again, that we just did today. These are the ones I made yesterday. So I hope you enjoyed this video and give it a try. If you do, leave it in the comment section. You're more than welcome to leave a link to your video. Have no problem with that. Let me know what you think if you're going to try it out. And I hope you like, share, subscribe, and I will see you soon. Take care, everyone. Bye.